Yes, and here we are. Yo and hello, everyone. Yes, Mark Largent asking, hey, you didn't mention it about the Jimmy Reyes cover. Still get a shot at coloring? Absolutely, yes. I just really had not thought about that. Was thinking on other things. Robert Mitchum in A Damn Dirty Thing. Yeah, you'd have to resurrect him from the grave, though, Apex, for that one. Yeah, right. So, some news. Let's see. Let me know. Okay. All right. Made some purchases today. When you launching Apex? Gable Penny Shot wants to know. 500 limited glow in the dark covers. Okay. October 27th, Fembat launch Sunday. Yeah. Gotta love that. That's just around the bend, folks. Uh, Welcome to the March to 1,000 episodes. Starting here, episode 901. Although I think it was maybe the first that was the start of it all, but yeah, it is what it is. I have to send Texas Dave a link. I have not done that yet. It is Tuesday, trash day here. Let's see. Got to get him through Facebook. A little slow on the draw today. That's fine. Been quite busy today. Got an early start. All right. Facebook. Dave Houston. There we go. Link is sent. All right. I've done my duty. And I didn't even soil my pants. Well, hey y'all. One thing, I went to Hobby Lobby. I went to get Abby some meals, treats, which I did. Not so much on the treats, but the meals definitely. Went to Hobby Lobby to get my regular inking pens because I've been doing a lot of inking, backgrounds and things like that. Some are more simple than others, but you get one like this one, like my latest that I've done, a lot of inking, and I generally go over at least twice. So it's really dark, no, it, once would probably be enough for, you know, reproducing nicely. I don't know. I just like it to be uniform, it to be the best it can look. So anyway, here's my latest. See, yeah. Don't ask me, but that's my latest. And I got this sign pen pigment ink pen. I've not tried it yet. I actually got two of these and two of my regular ones that I usually do, both made by Pentel. Don't know if this is any good or not. I wanted you to see it the way it looks in the package before I got it opened up. So we'll just open this up and see what kind of tips on it. It's got a bald point tip like our friend Dave here.
Hello,
Hey, Dave.
Rex. Hi, Rex. How are you?
You got one less citizen. Katie's over here in Florida.
Oh,
We're
is she
on
on
vacation,
holiday?
so on holiday, as you would say.
That's right, holiday. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a nice tip on that thing. I like that. It's a little short barreled.
Mm,
I've actually got an inking brush that is. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah,
wow.
that ought to work nicely for fine detail stuff. I'm trying taking a chance on these. Saw these and they were quite inexpensive. $3.49, so $3.50 a piece, and you have a good signing pen or pigment ink pen. I guess permanent. It doesn't say permanent or what, but I noticed another thing that was like water based. This is acid. I guess I could have flipped it over and looked at it. Acid free, fade proof, and water resistant permanent pigment ink. So there we go. Durable fiber tip, won't break down or mush. That's good. Welcome to the show, my co-host, Shadowhawk.
Hey, how's it going, Rex?
Hi,
Hey,
Shadow.
Dave. Howdy, Dave. How you doing today?
I'm not so bad, but I've just popped in for a short time. I had a slight mishap this morning, and it's my own stupid fault.
Oh, you did?
Oh no.
Did you fall?
So, yes, I did.
Oh, you all
The
right?
trouble is, I was halfway up my stairs at the time. Well, I was putting a picture on the wall. I was reaching over a little bit, to put it on the wall, and then next minute I found myself at the bottom of the stairs about 5 steps later.
Oh, jeez.
They used to put horses down for such thing.
Well, put it this way, right? I was fortunate I didn't break anything, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you're fortunate you didn't break your neck or.
Well, I could have broken me. I believe you me, I went down with a hell of a bang. That's all I'm going to say. Shall we just say that I took about half a dozen of my what do you call them, prints down off the wall as I was falling at the same time. So
oh no.
A couple of the frames were glass, only small frames, right enough, but they kind of broke. So it was a bit of a mess, and then my head started bleeding for a bit at the top. So I had to dive and find a towel and stick it up here, where it was. And
was that from glass or just like you skinned it on the way down?
I think I just caught. I probably caught a picture hook or something on the way down.
Oh,
like sort of up here somewhere. So, as you can imagine, I landed with a hell of a bump.
Yeah. No
stitches
required, huh?
No, well, I mean, I've not been to hospital or anything.
Right.
I've just kind of. I mean, I'm a little bit tender in more than one place at the moment, shall we say?
A little sore,
yeah. I believe you probably got a couple of bruises going to pop up on you.
Well, put it this way, my backside will certainly have one on one side tomorrow or the day after. I'm sure. You know what I mean? Because I landed with a hell of a bump, and then probably halfway up my back, that's feeling a bit tender at the minute. I mean, like I say, I'm lucky that I didn't break anything, because one minute I was kind of doing what I was doing, and the next minute I was on the bottom of the stairs. And my stairs curve round at the bottom, so I rested against the flipping brick wall, which didn't help.
Oh, yeah, that's not good.
Concrete and a brick will stop you real quick.
Yeah.
There's no give to it.
Believe you me, if you're falling down half a dozen steps and there's only a brick wall to stop you, believe you me, it'll stop you. Trust me on that one.
Is there carpet on your stairs, Dave, or is it just
I do have carpet on my stairs? That helps slightly.
Yeah, it helped a little bit because it would have been really bad with the hardwood.
If it had been wooden stairs, I would have been worse than I was, and I was bad enough as it turned out. You know.
Yeah. So I guess you're gonna have to vacuum the stairs, huh, for like glass shards.
Well, I've already done that. I did all that this morning because we're talking about 8:30 this morning, like UK time. It's now 10:15 UK time in the evening. You know, so it's about 12 hours. Yeah, it's over 12 hours ago now.
It's kind of hard to see in the mirror, the top of your head there. You get
It
a little
is. I
scalp.
know because I was like this in the mirror trying to hold
trying to position it right. Yeah.
trying to see. So
Either that or get two, one.
Well, little hand there.
But the trouble is when you've got a towel on your head with one hand, you're trying to do something else with your other hand. It's a bit tricky, you know.
And usually scalp lacerations, they bleed quite a lot, even though.
Well, I mean, I can't believe, like I say, when I saw blood everywhere, I just thought one thing. I had a big gash in my head or something initially, obviously, and then I kind of got a towel, just was putting pressure on it. And then it kind of stopped bleeding a bit, and then I was able to see it was only a small area.
It don't take much on your face or your head. You bleed like crazy.
I mean, I've got a slight scar here somewhere. I think just slightly.
Yeah.
I've got a slight lump.
Women are going to like that.
You what?
Women are going to like that about you. They're gonna. This guy's, got character.
You got that bad boy look going on.
He's got that bad boy look,
I mean, the thing is, guys, right? I've never ever fallen like this ever, and I've lived here for like 43 years.
Yeah.
And I've never ever done what I've done this morning.
Okay, it's official. Time to move.
Yes.
I just wanted to pop in for a short time because I'm a bit tired. I'm just trying to chill out, relax a bit.
Well, I mean, it's.
Don't make sure.
We're kind of making light of your bumps and bruises, but there was an actor that we talked about, Shadowhawker. Remember, he took a blow or something on his head, went to bed, and he didn't wake up. So
I was just going to tell Dave, make sure you take a close look at your pupils before you go to bed. Make sure one's not bigger than the other.
I have had a look in the mirror already. They both seem to be the same size.
Yeah.
And I will be taking my mobile phone with me. And I certainly hope I'm waking up in the morning.
Well, I just brought that up, not to throw terror into you, but to, when it comes to head injuries or even some bodily injuries, you think at the moment maybe your adrenaline's running because you just went down some flight of stairs and stuff and hit a brick wall, and you think I'm fine, you go to bed, and then you might have internal bleeding or something. I don't know.
I mean, I feel all right in myself, but obviously that's no guarantees, is it? But I mean, it did knock the wind out my sails. Let's put it that way, and I'm still a little bit tender in a few places.
By your, Apex says toughen up. Dave, by Dave's age, he should be about like beef jerky about right now, Apex. So,
what can I say? Luckily, I've still got my sense of humor.
Was it Bob Sackett? Okay, Bob Sackett fell and hit his head on the table.
What was that?
Yeah, that one's kind of weird. I mean, I've heard a few different stories about that, but yeah, he did have a head injury.
Think there might be foul play in that?
There are some questionable things about that because the first story came out said that he was taking a shower and somehow slipped and hit his head in the shower. But then apparently, according to the evidence, there's no sign of him hitting his head in the shower. He hit his head on a table. So I don't know.
Yeah. And he's not around to tell us what happened.
He might have had something on the Clintons. You never know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm on my phone, obviously, because I just thought I'd pop in and just let you know.
Okay. Well, we're glad. Yeah, we're Were you here
Yeah,
last
no,
week?
glad you're
I
okay,
think
Dave.
you were here last week. You
I
Yeah,
missed
Dave was
one.
here.
You've been surprising me. You missed 1 week, and I was like, we did miss you, you know. So it's like
Yeah,
I think it was the week before
I
that.
did
But
miss 1 week. I did miss 1 week.
yeah, that kind of throws me off, you know.
Yeah,
It's like I'm taking a holiday. I'm going to Antarctica or something, and you know, or the deepest, darkest place in Africa. You know, the jungle.
like I said,
I'll be back. I'm going to go practice my darts. You know,
well, like I say, I wanted to.
he's always doing something.
Just to let you know what had happened, really.
Okay, didn't scare the cat, did you?
No, the cat was still in the living room at the time.
No, well, pretty good. I mean, you know, you could have landed on her and hurt her, you know, and then you'd both been in, you know.
I would have done. I mean, it's put it this way, it's not the first time I've nearly fallen over her either in the past.
Yeah, did I tell you that I was coming back from work and kind of split a herd of deer, and I was fine, you know. I mean, we avoided hitting anything, but it threw Abby when I put on the brakes. It threw her forward, and she was just like, "Okay, I'm here and I'm not moving," you know. And it's like, "Hold on, I'm coming back." You know, go around the truck and you know park. You know, go off to the side of the road, park it, and see that she's okay. And it's like, yeah, in the moment you're like, "Oh, are you okay?" You know, you just don't know.
Oh yeah.
And I would have been miles and miles and miles away from like an emergency room for her, you know.
Well, fingers crossed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be around for a bit longer.
Okay. Well, we're glad you're okay.
When I say around for a bit longer, I mean like next week, you know.
Well, you know, I mean, sometimes things, you know, I had an accident, knocked over some cheese, right, that I just cut up and knocked it off in the sink. I was like, and so I look in the sink and I had a bowl in the sink. So most of it went in the bowl. So it's like, thank you, Jesus. You know, it's not as big a mess as what I thought it was going to be, you know.
Well, no.
Yeah, fortunately, I had a bowl there sitting, caught most of it.
But yeah, I just wanted to let you know, Rex and Shadow.
Okay.
You know, because obviously I usually chat to you on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And
is Maya there with you? Is she curled up in your lap right now?
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. I guess you have to feed her for the night and then go to bed, huh? Oh, look at that. Is that your fireplace there, that stonework?
Yeah.
Is that a fireplace?
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Ah, okay. Very nice. Yeah.
I'm just trying to find the cat. Is that her? I don't know. Can't tell.
Yeah, we there we go. Yeah.
There she is.
She's like, yeah, not a care in the world.
No.
Well, Dave, I'm going to send you a message tomorrow, so just to check on you.
Yeah. Dave, did you wake up today?
Answer me, Dave. Damn it.
I'll do my best. I shall do my best to reply. How's that?
Okay.
All right, Dave. Yeah. You take it easy, sir.
Yeah. So
did you get a bandage or anything on that, or did it even require that for your head?
What? Sorry, what was that?
Did you put a Band-Aid or a bandage or something on your head?
I didn't put anything on. I just got face cloth first of all, and then I got a top and put that on for a bit. And then luckily it stopped bleeding. So I think it was just a little. I just nicked it somewhere up here. Like I say, I thought I'd done a lot more damage, to be honest, because there was blood coming from everywhere. That's what it felt like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
the head wounds bleed like crazy, man.
Well, that sounds better than the story Elsie told me of like my dog took off running on his leash, you know, which was attached to his hand, so downhill. So
oh geez.
You know, it did drag him, but he was like down the hill.
It's a bit like one of those cartoons that you see, you know.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, have a good night. We'll check on you tomorrow then. See how you are.
A good show tonight.
I hope you didn't get any blood on the carpet.
just a few spots here and there, but I managed
Okay.
to clean most of it up.
Yeah. I bought
So
some carpet cleaner today, just,
yeah,
spot cleaner, you don't even have to vacuum it up, it's supposed to deodorize and stuff.
right.
So
Anyway, like I say, it could have been worse. I could have broke something, and
yeah.
as in me,
Oh,
But at least we're okay on that one. So we'll see how it goes, and hopefully I'll wake it up tomorrow.
Now you'll have to go to the framer to replace that glass and stuff. Probably, if it didn't break the frames, did it?
I'll just buy a couple more frames because there's a couple of frames got a bit chipped and damaged on the way down.
Yeah.
Two got the they're only like A4 frames, so they weren't massive.
Mm-hmm.
But they got broken like on my way down to the near the bottom of my stairs. So
Yeah.
at least I didn't go from the top of the stairs, which is just as well because that would have been twice as far.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah.
I was lucky. It was only about 5 steps instead of about flipping 10.
Right. Yeah. That would have been. Yeah.
Because not only that, but my stairs are pretty steep as well.
Well, I've learned, I have like carpet on my stairs as well, and I always wanted stairs. I always thought it was cool because we never had an upstairs growing up or a downstairs, but I had family members that had a downstairs den, which I was always coveted, or an upstairs. And now that I have it, it's like if you've ever fell down one, like if you go downstairs in your bare feet, you don't have as much grip as if you just have a thin pair of socks on. That gives you enough traction, but it's pretty slick in your bare foot,
Oh yeah. My daughter.
I don't know. I've not counted how many stairs these are, but there's a lot. When you start going down them, it's like,
well, put it this way, Rex, I won't be putting any more pictures up on my stairs for the foreseeable future.
I didn't see in the chat yesterday we celebrated our 900th episode. We're on 901 today.
Congratulations.
So we're on the march to 1,000, which will be in January.
Excellent.
But I did have the numbering wrong back in October.
I think I remember you mentioning
was it October or September? I guess it's September that I
think it was September.
Yeah. So
anyway, I'm going to jump out and let's catch you next week, all being well, yeah?
Okay. Take care,
bro. All right, Dave. Take care of yourself, buddy.
Have a good rest of the show, and I'll see you hopefully next time.
Absolutely.
It won't be the same without you, sir.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your kind thoughts. See you soon.
See you next week, Dave.
Yeah. Bye.
Apex says Texas Dave was his own stuntman. Yeah. But he forgot to turn the camera on. It's like, okay, take 2.
He's trying to be
your phone kicked you. He's trying to be tech, and then you kicked, and you came back as white nipple. Well, that thought.
I said he's going to be Texas Dave Walker Ranger.
There you go. Yeah.
And I'm a white nipple. How dare you?
No, I didn't do it. I didn't.
It's all your fault, mister.
That's all right. You can blame me.
How's that? Friendly shadow. Better.
There you go.
Where is it though today? They're all over.
It's already turned colder down here.
Oh, dude, it was chilly today, man. The wind was blowing. It was raining all day. It was horrible today.
Yeah, it was like we were sitting in the chair. Fortunately I got out early, which it was chilly then, of course. But I thought, okay, it'll probably get up in the 80s. I hadn't seen any weather things, but someone had said, I talked to a gentleman yesterday when I went over to see Mom, an older gentleman there. He was looking on his phone, about the weather, and he said, yeah, I heard, it's going to get down in the 30s. I was like, really? Already? Wow. Okay.
Yeah, dude. Coming on aggressive this year, it seems like.
Yeah, so I got out and about and did my running around, and then I heard the wind really kick up all of a sudden. I'm like, wow, okay. And it was, I let her out at one time, and it was like, yeah, chilly, windy weather. I think it's kind of died down now, but I can still see the leaves, breeze, because I've been wanting to do, a little cleanup up front
Yeah.
on those hedges and get done with that, and it's already turning cold. I'm
Oh man,
surprised.
I'm gonna go stock up on new winter clothes too. I need a new coat, new
Well, I
long
talked to
john.
Elsie. He seized up early. He last night. If he gets too cold, he like I've had it turned down. I
Yeah,
like cool and so I left it. Left the air on like I like it, and he was all like ooh, and I had to get him warm. He was like, I've never seen him do that before, and it's like now I know what to expect. He seizes up and stuff, and he did that last night, and apparently he had to get out at like 3 o'clock last night because his daughter called him and said, "Can you come get us and give us a ride?" And he did, but that was after
they break down or something, or
well, they got detained by the police.
oh,
I don't want to go into it, but
no,
nobody got arrested or anything. It worked out for the best, but yeah, you need to have a designated driver. Just saying, okay?
Yeah,
Don't get on the roads and kill somebody by accident.
And I don't know, your niece or whatever is probably still fairly young, but it just don't pay to go out and drink. Just stay home and drink.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they were celebrating her 35th birthday because she's just turned 35. His youngest.
Well, she's old enough to know better already.
Oh, I know. I talked to him earlier today. He had to do a couple of transactions for us. I actually hired Jay Kreger to do another page.
Oh, very cool.
Paid him and paid John Dillard for another seer drawing. And I didn't quite get to it yesterday, showing you sort of the inspiration for this piece. You saw the seer piece that John Dillard did. I'll show it.
I saw the original one. You said he did another one for you.
I just paid him today, and I told him the concept, and I showed him the picture. Okay. But we haven't talked about it. So, but it's all in the can. He'll do that at some point, and I'll show it.
Dillard.
Yeah. So let me share this picture, which you've already seen, but just to remind you what the seer looks like. This is she's going to be another character that sort of narrates stories, sort of a cosmic being like the bystander. Got the trail of stars there behind her, so it's kind of a cosmic character.
Yeah, I like the way he did the stars inside the cowl and stuff too. That's very cool.
Yeah. Well, that's half of knowing what you want. You tell him what you want, and he'll make it a reality, for you.
That's why we love Dillard, even though he is a bit abrasive at times.
No comment. So this was another concept here, cloak and dagger, and I thought that the seer, having a cloak, this could be adapted where it would be the seer opening your cloak and have like galaxies, have galaxies and stars within that, but then also do that on a separate layer where it could be removed and other pictures put within the cloak.
Okay. I like the concept, but
yeah,
who's the artist who did this?
Yeah, it looks a little, especially Cloak's face, right?
Cloak and Dagger's faces are both kind of wonky, dude.
Yeah.
And why is Dagger wearing a black dress?
Like I said, no comment.
Okay.
Let's see if it says who the artist is.
I don't want to criticize too much. Still cool.
Cloak and Dagger, by Fraser Irving. I'm don't know who Fraser Irving is, but yeah, it looks a little wonky.
A little bit. Just around the eyes, and I like the concept of the drawing though, where he opens up the cape and she's coming out on the attack already. But a few little minor complaints
Well,
there.
I thought all these like bystander and the seer, can be inserted, over a page very easily. I made sure he did that, but this one will be the same way, but on the inside can be removed too, the stars and stuff that's going to be there, so that I can put other images within the cloak.
Oh, very nice.
And then I'll use it this way, and then I'll flip it and use it another way. I'll get the most use out of it as I can.
You see it more. Gonna bullpen that motherfucker.
Yeah, or maybe in a Ditko box, that seer looking over his shoulder would be good on a cover.
Yeah, that would look nice in a Ditko box.
Yeah, or just a single image on the back of a cover.
That's true.
You can make a whole cover out of that thing, but I wouldn't do that to John. If I'm gonna have him do a cover, I'm gonna pay his cover right. But
if you decided to use it as a back cover or something, you can always just shoot him a few extra bucks.
Yeah, and I asked him about that one of his images for a back cover. He said sure, and I forget what it was, but I don't think I wound up using it anyway. I was just like, if I need it, can I use it on the back cover? But right. I think we went with the Tank Ferret, which he says he's going to meet mailing us stuff tomorrow. So I'm hoping that he gets that stuff in so that it can.
He said he was mailing that stuff to you last week.
Friday, yeah, I know. And of course, he couldn't mail it yesterday because it was Columbo Day.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
Well, just one more thing. Where did I put my cigars?
Our friend Christopher Columbo.
The good thing about Columbo is he had that one Marty Feldman eye, that could.
Well, I think he had a glass eye, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. It was a little wonky. Yeah.
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 Him and
when I was
Sandy,
a kid, people that
Sandy
had
Duncan.
glass eyes were more prominent back when, right? So when I was a kid, you'd come across somebody like that. Of course, I don't know how delicate I was or not, but you're always interested as a kid, and they would usually take the glass eye out and show you. I think Dad worked with a guy that had a glass eye, and he'd take it out and show it to me.
Well, I think I
hold it, whatever.
I might have told you that story. I had a friend of mine from high school. Her name was Hope, and her old man bought a new house, so they were having a housewarming party, right? So me and the wife go by, and we're hanging out partying. So all of our friends are around. And there's this old dude running around. I don't know who the hell he is. Well, finally, Hope introduces me. And it's her dad. And he's like, "Hi, Hope's told me all about you. You're supposed to be a really good guy." And he grabs this fucking eyeball, pulls it out of his head, and drops it into my drink.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, at first. And he starts laughing. He's like, "What you gonna do now?" I was like, "Watch this." And I just fucking slugged the drink down. I caught his eye in my teeth, and then I handed it back to him.
Oh, God. That would be an image, an eye in looking at you from Shadowhawk's mouth, teeth.
Oh, that'd be a scary image.
I wonder what the latest news is. This is a shot I've not seen before of Charlton Heston with one of the gorillas from Planet of the Apes.
What did I see? What?
Get your damn dirty ape paw off my variety.
Glow-in-the-dark variant cover limited to 500 Apex. Oh yeah, put one of those aside for me, my friend. It's already sold. You got $4.99.
I believe with a print run of 500, you're going to have your shot at getting one, because that's a lot of books. 500 is a lot of books.
It's but it's probably right around. I mean, unless you're doing print on demand, that's probably like a minimum order for most
Oh yeah, but
like
I'm just
like
saying.
actual
I'm just saying
print.
he's going to have to. I doubt he's going to sell out. I hope he does, but I doubt he's going to sell 500 of them on the campaign. He'll
Well,
probably have extra to sell elsewhere.
if you don't sell out right away, I might buy extra. But
Yeah,
I want I
exactly.
want I want to make
Yeah.
sure I got at least one.
Oh yeah. I. Oh yeah. I'm not telling you don't hop on it early. I'm just saying with 500, which sounds like a lot, and it is.
No,
Or it sounds like
it's
not
it,
much, but it
it's
is.
$4.99 because one is
4.99
already mine.
cover price.
No, 499 copies because one is
Oh,
already
okay.
mine.
Okay. So it's limited already.
That's
Here's
right.
you a 1976 Bernie Wrightson Halloween cover.
Maybe Apex. Ooh, hello. That's my boy. Oh, Bernie's so good.
House of Secrets. You know it's 1976 because it's got the DC bullet right there in the
Yeah,
middle.
I may even have this one in my collection.
No, you might. I mean, the Bernie Wrightson stuff, especially since his death, has stuff like that has went up.
Yeah, but I
Especially those
mean,
black sensitive covers.
but right around 75 or so was when I started collecting, and then I mean, but that was all I used to look for was ghosts and monsters, and yeah,
Excuse me.
that was my jam when I started.
Yeah, there's been a lot of people, doing horror covers because Halloween is like about 16, 15 days away, something like that.
Yeah. Oh shit, that reminds me, I gotta back Aaron's new campaign. I haven't backed number 3 yet. Of
Uh, you thinking Immortal Rising?
no, my brain's pulling a blank here.
Wraith of God.
Wraith of God, yeah.
Yeah, too many Aarons around here. Of course, we had Immortal Rising on Aaron yesterday.
Dude,
But
that guy's a nut, man. He got off your show last night after I left. You guys went for another like 2 hours.
yeah,
And then I was doing some working and lurking. I gotta have something to listen to while I'm
yeah, he
working.
said he was going from here and went over to another stream. What
Yeah,
was it?
he went over to another stream. It was Katie did or Frog Tony or somebody.
Okay. Well, Katie did, I think, was in the chat over here,
Yeah, it might have been Katie did's channel. I don't
Yeah,
I
he
don't
was a
remember,
little
but
late going to that stream, but
yeah. But I was watching today, and then he popped up on there, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" It caught my attention, because I'm just listening, not watching. And he's like, "Oh yeah, I just came from Rex's chat," and I'm like, "Wait a minute!" I
yeah.
looked down at my
Yeah, and
phone. I was like, "Oh,
we
okay."
went for like 4 hours, 2 minutes, and 30 something seconds, we had a
Yeah, I
long one
saw you guys were going
yesterday.
for a while, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Star
Had
Trek's just. I mean,
56
I
views. I
like
think
Star
we're
Trek,
sitting at 65.
but
Yeah.
it's just not my jam like it is.
Well, I mean, I get it, and I do know that we've got like people like Janet from Another Planet or whatever that's all her channel's about is Star Trek. So I'm glad we get some Trek in here a little here and there, kind of like Doctor Who or something
Oh
else.
yeah, I don't mind it. It's just
Little
I just
variety.
don't know. I don't know enough. I know more about Star Trek than Doctor Who, but
Apex says I'm on Katie Did's channel every Monday morning now.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I saw you there yesterday, Apex.
People have been posting, these horror like covers. Well, here's like a Luis Dominguez. Till I actually bought some of the production art from the Adler collection, I didn't even know who Luis Dominguez is. Now I see his stuff everywhere because I'm aware of the artist and kind of his style.
Right.
He's got very distinctive, and it's usually the horror books, the I guess you could call them the second tier books that DC did, although I don't know why you would, you know, put it to that status, but not your more your horror anthology books. But that's not all he did. And he did some more covers too. We've seen some stuff. Quentin Tarantino's Pulp Fiction opened in theaters 30 years ago, 1994. I didn't jump on that movie immediately, and even afterwards, I've seen it
Which
maybe.
one was that?
Huh?
I'm sorry, which movie?
Pulp Fiction.
Oh yeah, yeah. Pulp Fiction was it's a good movie.
Quentin Tarantino. We talked a little bit about his work yesterday. Here's
Yeah, I
another.
like Pulp Fiction. It's you got to watch it like twice though because he does that weird out of time filming. You know where you're going back and forth in
Out of
time.
sequence. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
He's done that
So,
in a number of his movies.
oh yeah, that's kind of one of his kind of a crutch for
Yeah.
Tarantino. But
Talk about a slow reveal. This is how slow my computer is.
one line at a time.
One line at a time. Yes.
You will
This is the
rich
Luis
and you will
Dominguez.
be happy.
This is another Secrets of Haunted House Luis Dominguez cover.
Ah.
And this is kind of like a slow reveal because at first I saw just the hand on her shoulder and was like, well, I wonder what's grabbing her. Well, it's like a cadaver on a slab there or something. I don't know.
Zombie.
Yeah.
Zombie. Zombie.
Yes, cranberries, will you? Do you
I like my zombie
traditionally have
cranberry.
cranberries at like Thanksgiving?
I do because I love them. I got a fucking dude. I got this amazing recipe for homemade cranberry and orange relish, I guess they call it. Oh God.
Hey Eagle Rider in the house, her crazy effort.
Hey Rosetta, what's up, Eagle Rider? Hope you're doing well, darling.
It's like watching something print from a printer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Here is the cover to King Cryptid 13. Very nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw who was it? Shelby posted something for a King Cryptid cover earlier today, man. It was fucking cool.
Shelby Robertson? Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Shelby Wayne Kenobi.
Frog G2, you can sign up for that. Ink Spot the same.
Already have. Get in there, people. Don't miss out.
And Rini dropped something on Carnal the Barbarian. That's from Hyper Wizard. Upcoming raunchy fantasy comedy. Carnal the Barbarian.
No, good lord. Who dropped this?
Huh? Hyper Wizard. Rini's drawing. Yeah.
Rini the pervert. That's what I
the perv, yes.
Shit, you made me forget what I was going to tell you a second ago.
Okay, well, moving on then.
Here's
an old Batman ad. Check that out for the Batmobile bedspread.
Ooh, very cool.
That's pretty wild. I bet that would hold up as a collectible nowadays.
I'd have dug that when I was a kid. Batman bedspread, hell yeah.
1388. That seems a lot, actually, but by today's standards, not so much. But
no, dude. I mean, you can't even touch a bed set for a twin bed for under $50.
Yeah, but back in the day, I bet 1388 was quite kind of
pricey. Yeah, it's probably a little pricey.
Yeah, but damn worth it. That's the classic '66 Batmobile with the little modification in the back and in the
but
front.
still got the three little pipes out the back, you know, off the top that would launch the little bat missiles and stuff. Pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought those went straight up. These look bent over.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's a little bit different. The ones that were on the Batmobile just went straight up and then were
it
cut off.
Definitely didn't have the demon on the grill, you know, type thing, saying Batmobile. But
yeah, well, I think that's supposed to be like kind of a Batman head, but yeah, it doesn't really.
Classic Batman there, drawn by Carmen Infantino.
Still cool though, man. I would have dug that as a kid. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
now we zoom into Dreamland with Batman. The Crusaders.
I can't fall asleep. Why not?
The bedspread. Hell yeah.
My sheets are going too fast.
And the thing of it is, if you bought that for a kid, they used it. It was washed again and again and again. It wore out. They eventually mom threw it away. So if you got one of these things brand new, never used, I bet you could get quite a bit for it, actually.
Oh yeah, you probably get a pretty little penny for that.
I think so. I would like.
You had one, you know, still in the box, never been slept on.
They could reissue that right now, and people would buy that.
Of course they would.
Collins' latest, he drops every now and then some commission work. Here's his Legion of Monsters commission he did, along with Blade there, and you got Mobius and
who's
Son
this
of
again?
Satan. Well, take a look at it, and then I'll tell you the name again. His last name's Cullen. I think it's Kerry Cullen. Werewolf by Night leaping forward there in the air.
Kerry Cullen?
I believe so.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Little slumped over man thing, of course.
Yeah, Morbius up top. Who's that guy to the left over there, Rick?
Huh?
Who's that guy to the left next to the mummy? Is that supposed to be Abomination?
Well, I think it's more like the Gill Man, kind of like the universe.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I'm not sure, you know, that. Yeah, I'm like thinking, okay, and then I guess that's supposed to be the living mummy. I'm not sure who the Gill guy is either. I was like, who is that supposed to be?
And that blade looks like an awfully modern looking blade to be with the rest of that group.
It looks like the Wesley Snipes blade.
Yeah, it throws me off. He needs to have his old brown bomber jacket with the belt with all the spike, you know, the stakes in it. His big oversized sunglasses.
Oh, he says the patron wanted a Wesley Snipes blade and even included Poe's reference.
Ah, okay. Well, hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. If it's a request, it's a request.
Yeah, he said they were in a different arrangement in my original sketch. I had Blade seriously eyeballing Morbius. He's a vampire, right?
Yeah. Manphibian. Is that actually his name, Apex? Manphibian?
Yeah, it could be Manphibian. I think there was maybe in the Marvel magazines. Actually, I kind of retweeted one of
he looks vaguely familiar, but I just couldn't tell what
one of the Neil Adams covers. Manphibian. I think you're right. Yeah. I think you're spot on with that. Neil Adams kind of drew cover with him.
Oh, that's a cool one.
Yeah, this is Art Adams, sort of Defenders here.
Oh, well, it's Art Adams. Of course, it's going to be cool.
Yeah. Although Namor looks very Wolverine there.
Yeah, that was when he was kind of going through his transitional period.
I like how he does the Hulk. Actually, this one's really nice for Art Adams. You know.
Yeah, I like that.
He's really got the mass and the muscles. You know.
Everything but his Namor on that one. I mean, and even the Namor is not bad. I just don't like his costume.
Yeah, Namor is kind of the '90s Jay Lee cover. Jay Lee outfit, kind of, sort of, with the
yeah.
multiple
I don't
sections.
know if Jay Lee designed that outfit or, I'm not sure.
Yes, Amphibian was in the Marvel magazines. Yeah, was that the
Yeah,
only place he was in?
I
Amphibian
thought
didn't get
I'd
a lot of
seen him
play.
before.
Amphibian did not get a lot of play. Um,
No, well,
were you on here when I showed this? I don't think you were. This was my latest one I did. See, it's kind of like almost looks like a mobster armored up cyber fraud. You know, see.
don't make
I
me
like how the smoke came out though of
don't
his
make me send
cigar
the
there.
tadpoles around to fuck you up.
My friend called my friend Gil. See, I had a nightmare, a wet dream last night. See,
That's right.
cruising through the Gulf Stream.
I was driving through downtown Atlantis in a rented Stingray. My Barracuda had blown a seal.
I called Gil. I hit. What was
The
it?
mechanic said, "Hey, you've blown a seal." I said, "Hey, just mind your own business and fix the damn thing."
There you go. Happy birthday today to Virginia. Let's see if I say this right. Leith.
Leith. Leith.
Leith.
Virginia Leith.
Born in 1925, remembered for her film role as the decapitated woman kept alive in the brain that wouldn't die in 1962, and in real life was arrested for assaulting her female roommate with a razor blade in 1943. She passed away in 2019 at age 94.
See, lesbians, they've been violent since the 40s.
Well, they said roommate, so I, don't know that she's a lesbian, but there she is in the famous role.
You know exactly what that was. Don't lie to me.
Well, I know you've seen this classic movie, The Brain That Wouldn't Die. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They did some movie similar like that. This shot of her really, she had some other parts. I've seen her in some other things as well.
She had some other parts.
Good for her, but yeah, apparently.
I hope she had some other parts just besides her head and her face. I mean, otherwise.
Yeah, or didn't like slash up. Maybe she had extra parts that were off her roommate. I don't know. Here's actor and singer Ken Miller. Happy birthday to him. He was born in 1931, so he would have been a few months younger than my father because he was married. Born in 31. Remembered for his lead roles in 3 cult horror films. I Was a Teenage Werewolf, 1975. Attack of the Puppet People, 1958.
I remember that one.
Bloodstalkers, 1976. Passed in 2017 at age 85.
Bloodstalker sounds familiar.
Bloodstalkers from 1976, yeah. I don't recognize him, but I Was a Teenage Werewolf.
Was he a little guy? No,
probably.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah.
No, I mean like real little guy, like midget, but no, okay. Never mind.
No, he looks like a shorter little guy though, sort of tough.
Yeah. A little compact little motherfucker.
A little compact, like James Cagney.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
Top of the
world, man. Top of the world.
Yeah. Brian Ball that does Wolf and Batsy, he's looking for some. He says, if you need a guest cover artist, he's available right now.
Very nice.
Here you go, classic Gil Kane Where Monster Dwells cover, with it being monster season here again. Look at all the
I've seen this cover. I don't know how many times.
I am Gogam. I am power. Die like the ants you truly are.
Beware the
son of Goom.
Of Goom. Alrighty.
Goom with an M, yes. Well, that's 20-cent classics that reprinted probably an old Atlas story.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. He's got like an opposing thumb toenail there. You know, he's got like two toes, but he's got another one to help his balance there on the
Yeah, I
side.
don't know. Well, and he got some big feet. You know, you need that extra toe.
I must say, probably the first two-finger character I ever saw was Nightcrawler. It was kind of freaky, you know, when I first saw it.
No, I
Not
only
many characters only have two fingers, you know, and a thumb.
not a whole lot. No.
Yeah. We got to get back to the days where we put great dialogue, die like the ants you truly are, on the covers.
Yeah, I kind of miss the word bubbles on the cover. You know, sometimes they were great.
That's on my bucket list to do. Wow, you know, I was considering Scott McDaniel. You know, Scott McDaniel that did a lot of work for DC and among
Yeah,
other things, he worked for Marvel as well. He did a lot of Nightcrawler, no, not Nightcrawler. Still on the X-Men bit. Nightwing.
oh
Well,
yeah,
his commissions and rates have been up. Well, of all people that hit him up with kind of an Ant-Man homage, check this out. Nicholas Gear, the incredible Scott McDaniel, did an amazing job on this piece. Probably one of my top images of Tin Soldier. Kind of reminds me of that Ant-Man.
yeah,
cover
that
where
Ant-Man cover where he's under the magnifying glass.
The magnifying glass.
Mhm.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
is great, and it's pretty tight for Scott McDaniel, actually.
Wow, dude. Yeah, that's pretty sharp.
Yeah, I was
I
actually,
like it.
you know, for a cover though, he wants like $800. So, you know, you better give him something good to do.
Well, if you're gonna get somebody that good, you're gonna have to pay the price.
I know I couldn't justify it, so I didn't hire Scott McDaniel. But
You,
maybe
you
one
don't
of
want to
these
be
days.
yellow flash and whine about getting a friend's price from Ethan Van Sciver.
Yeah.
Fucking
Well,
idiot.
I mean, Nicholas Gear, I don't know how he's going to use that, but good for him, man. That's a great piece.
No, I'm glad Nick's got it. I'm sure he will find a way to put it to good use.
Mad TV premiered 29 years ago, 1995, on Fox. Did you ever watch any Mad TV?
I'll be right back, Rex. Looks like we're echoing a little bit. Yes, of course. We've talked about this many a time.
Okay. Yeah, Daredevil and Nightwing artist Scott McDaniel. He also did a 2-issue Elektra series, like prestige format, in the early 90s that I have. Amphibian was in a few color comics in a Deadpool limited miniseries with Frankenstein Monster and Living Mummy. Well, Living Mummy was an early comic that my brother actually found in a place down where we farmed at, and he was like, I found this comic, you want it? And it's like, yeah. And it's like Val Merrick, you know, very cosmic, you know, opening splash page, great, you know, and that's where I know Val Merrick from. But when I look back, Val Merrick was in the first Marvel anything I ever bought, as far as magazine and remembering. You know, I might have got back in the day some Marvel things like this, the little mini comics they did for the Gumball machines. Who knows? I mean, I know I got like March for comic type little checkbook size comics given away when I would go get a new pair of shoes or go look for shoes, and they'd have free comics to give kids, you know, a little that had like Bugs Bunny or Fudd, or but those are like, yeah, you know, I was like very young, and sure I enjoyed them, but they never really, you know, it was the superhero thing that really got me going, you know, although first comics were like horror comics. 4,000 for Ethan Van Sciver will draw you a cover. Sure. I'm sure he probably would for $4,000.
Dude, that was a fucking friend price.
Yeah.
He was giving yellow flash and break, man. I mean,
well, you know, if you're going to take out your time, because he's busy, he could sit at that art desk every freaking day drawing Cyberfrog something, you know, and
dude,
keep busy. So if you're
yeah,
going to take your time out to do like Jimmy Reyes did for me from Dragon Rage, you know.
yeah. I mean, Ethan's at the level where, you know, if he does a cover for you and you're not a friend, you're probably paying 8-10 grand. And
Yeah.
this idiot had the nerve to fucking complain about half price. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you go into it like kind of gentleman's agreement or whatever contract, I mean, if he says, okay, it'll be 4,000, then you either agree to it or you don't, right?
Yeah.
You either pay my price or you don't, but afterwards you don't go, well, you know, it's kind of high, you know, don't do that. I mean,
well, yeah, and then go crying to the internet advertising the prices, you know,
yeah.
I mean, that's,
oh, you're right. Yeah, doxing things.
That ain't cool at all, man.
No, it's not cool at all. Wes Craven's New Nightmare opened in theaters 30 years ago.
I actually like that one. I know a lot of people didn't.
Yeah.
But
I
enjoyed
why did they
that
not
movie.
like it? Because it was kind of a redo of, I mean, kind of a different.
It was a different take. Yeah, it was a different take on Freddy. I mean, like the whole concept of the movie is they were actually filming a new Freddy movie. And Freddy actually starts haunting like Heather Landekamp or whatever her name was, you know, the main character, and I think not John Carpenter. Who was the director on that? I don't know, but he ends up getting killed. Wes Craven. I'm sorry, Wes gets killed. Like, yeah, the props are coming to life. All kinds of crazy shit goes on. It's a pretty cool movie.
Chris has his own Fund My Comic, The Great Cyclopean, and I believe today I have his link down in the description on Fund My Comics, so go check it out. It's been a while since Chris has chimed in. Hey, Chris.
Yeah, I haven't seen you in a bit, Chris. Hail, man. Good to see you.
I believe that's fortuitous. Chris shows up in the chat, and I've already got his link to down in the description for his current issue. We enjoy the Great Cyclopean around here. Kung Fu star David Carradine premiered 52 years ago in 1972 on ABC.
Rex Chris says, you're a little late, bro. It already ended. He's drawing the next book right now.
Was it ended? Seriously? Yeah. Okay, well, it came up and I, sorry about that. Anyway, I've got to hear this great theme music. Soothing your soul. Black Shadow. David Carradine. Bruce Lee was considered for this role.
As quickly as you can.
Mm-hmm.
Snatch the pebble from my hand.
Too slow.
When you take the pebble from my hand, it will be time for you to leave.
Grasshopper. Yeah.
Please excuse me.
You gotta love the brother hands. There's his brother, David's brother.
Mm-hmm.
How many openers are this long anymore? But yeah, that's David Carradine's brother there wearing a rubber head.
The old man?
No, not the old man, his brother. His younger
No, the
brother.
other guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other
You
character.
said he was wearing a rubber head. It didn't
Oh
look
yeah.
like.
Well, I mean, their father's a great horror,
Yeah, the Carradines have been around for years. Yes, I know.
Yeah, he was in Bride of Frankenstein. He's the woodsman or whatever that's going, oh, there's a monster, and sets his damn house on fire. I always hated him.
Well, yeah, he plays. Remember in The Howling, he plays the old werewolf that wants to throw himself into the fire.
Okay.
I ain't got no teeth no more. Ain't no reason to go on. I'm just gonna throw myself in the fire.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he had bad arthritis for a long time in real life, and still continued to act, up to his death. It's amazing.
And he was still good.
Yeah, absolutely. White Christmas, Christmas is just around the corner, but we've got a few other holidays before that. White Christmas premiered 70 years ago in 1954. 70 years ago.
Christmas. Just like the ones you used to. Yeah, shit.
Rosemary Clooney was in that. The Big Mouth. Later in the commercials, remember? She would say,
yeah,
the Big Mouth with that big smile.
Yeah, I don't
dingy
remember her from back in the day, but yeah, I remember her doing commercials.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Coneheads, do you remember the Rankin and Bass animated special, the Coneheads, that came out in 1983? Probably not.
No, I don't remember that one at all.
It was animated, but it was, yeah.
It was, well, that was 83, 84 was right around the time my first child was being born, so I was not watching much TV.
Okay. Hello, Bone. It's good to see you. Bruce Lee wrote the original Kung Fu story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's too bad that they really didn't go with Bruce Lee. That would have changed the whole thing.
That would have been amazing if they'd have made, Bruce Lee.
Yeah. The Coneheads from Saturday Night Live returning, an animated show that follows Beldar and what was their name? Primat. Coneheads voices Dan Aykroyd.
Beldar was it Primat? Primat, something like that. And I forget what the daughter's name was.
On a mission from Rumulak, right, to seize a tiny planet inhabited. What was it?
Romulak.
Okay, so they were doing this Star Trek sort of Romulan thing type play on it. To seize a tiny planet inhabited by inferior beings who call themselves humans. Yes. There's a look at the animation. I remember that.
I don't think I ever saw that one.
Yeah, it was like a one and done, and they probably didn't, show it again.
Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah.
I remember the Coneheads movies, but yeah, I don't think I ever saw it.
You think of puppetry when you think of Rankin and Bass. You don't think of like traditional animation.
Yeah. Didn't they used to do a lot of those
oh yeah. Absolutely.
They used to do the animated puppets, right? Like
October 14th, 1912, former President Theodore Roosevelt was shot and wounded while campaigning in Milwaukee, a great Milwaukee Indian term, Wisconsin. Roosevelt was later told that he had not had his if he had not had his voted speech in his breast pocket when he was shot, then he most likely would have died. The thing of it is, he went on to give the speech and finally went to the hospital like 2 hours later.
Yeah.
And here's the speech there with the bullet holes.
Nice.
All typed. I thought it might be handwritten, Maniac in Manhattan. He ignores the room, speaks an hour, okay, and then goes to the hospital. Can you imagine that? He's bleeding from the chest, probably with a bullet in him.
I was Teddy, man.
And he gives the speech like for a full hour afterwards. Bully for him.
He's had worse.
Pumpkinhead, another great, Pumpkinhead premiered 36 years ago in 1988.
What's his name is in that movie? Henriksen.
Jimmy.
No, not Hendrix. Lance Henrik.
Okay, don't know who that is.
He was in the Pumpkinhead movies. He was in Near Dark.
I've seen the Pumpkinhead movie.
Dude, he played in Aliens, the second movie.
Okay.
He was the android. Bishop. The one that gets
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ends up saving Ripley and everything at the end, because even though he's torn in part, he's in half, he still gets the ship going.
I know who you're talking about. Absolutely. Yeah.
He's
they had
got
a different android for the first one.
He's got a very skeletal face and like a big
Yeah. I heard that his mustache deflected the bullet. No, Bone. That's a rumor.
It was that mighty mat of chest hair that just slowed it down.
Mm-hmm. Possibly. Well, he was a tough guy.
Oh, dude, Teddy was, he was going on safari all the time, and hunting and doing
even after his presidency,
Yeah, he was an old school, adventurer type dude, man.
Oh, absolutely. He was, had been in the.
Yes, he was in Terminator as well. He's been in all kind of stuff.
October 14th, 1892, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle was first published.
Woo-hoo.
Mike Barron's doing a riff that's going to be really nice, which is taking Arthur Conan Doyle's Sherlock Holmes and putting him with Captain Nemo.
Yeah, that's going to be pretty cool.
Now, Captain Nemo was...
now, dude, are they making a movie out of that? Is that what's going on? Because I swear what you showed me the other day that looked like it was a movie trailer.
I don't remember showing you that, but it might have been. I know he was on with John Longbox the other day.
It was either last night or the night before. Mm-hmm. You said something about Mike and the Leviathan Project, and we brought it up.
Richard Bonk doing the artwork,
right?
Mm-hmm.
But it was showing a clip from an actual movie, like that looked like it was under production, like new stuff.
Well,
so I don't know if it's
on here and ask him about that.
I know, yeah, we got to get him in here. I have so many questions.
I know the art looks fantastic, on that.
Yeah.
It really does.
But the little trailer that we saw looked good too for whatever this movie is.
Okay.
Or a TV show. I don't know what it's gonna be. You don't remember that? Maybe it wasn't on your. Maybe I saw it somewhere else.
Well, I know John Longbox the other day had.
I don't watch John's Longbox.
Okay, well, he had Mike Barron on, and they were talking about it, but they were talking about some political stuff at the very beginning. When I went in, and I never quite got. Is it launched? Because I don't think it's that. I don't think it's launched yet. And out yet. But
no, I don't think so.
And Mike said he would come on afterwards. for his next project. So, but it hasn't dropped yet. So I'm not bothered to ask him. It's been a while since we've had Mike.
We'll find out.
Yeah, we'll find out. All the nasty little details.
The gory little details.
The artwork. I love the underwater adventure type stuff anyway, and the period piece, kind of like Jules Verne did Captain Nemo, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because if there was two kind of visionaries during that time, it was, of course, Arthur Conan Doyle, with with the Sherlock Holmes stuff, of course. But I mean, there was H.G. Wells and Jules Verne.
Well, science fiction wise, but you know also that Arthur Conan Doyle was pen pals with H.P. Lovecraft.
Yeah, yeah, and
apparently, I mean, even though I don't think they ever met, they considered themselves to be fairly good
that would have
friends.
been later, though, right? Because I
It was
mean,
like it was like internet before the internet, I guess.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, the mail was used a lot back then. You know, like John Adams wrote Thomas Jefferson for years, for like 20 years. I think they wrote letters to each other.
I don't know if your school did this or not, but like when I was a kid, I forget what grade it was. It was like third or fourth grade or some shit, and they encouraged us to like they had students from across like France, Canada, England, all over the different places. You could pick a country, and then you would get a list of names, and you got to pick somebody, and you could become a pen pal with them, and you just start writing letters and exchanging. Like, how's it go in your country? With
Oh yeah,
this.
well, I did. I think I did that, once or twice. I mean, maybe with someone over in Africa or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's well. I mean, it's much easier now with the internet.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
It's so hard to like write a letter, and then you got a million questions for somebody. You end up with a letter like an inch thick, and you're trying to stuff it into an envelope.
Halloween 5: The Revenge of Michael Myers. Did you like that? That premiered in theaters 35 years ago in 1989.
I liked most of the.
There's the movie poster for it.
I mean, most of the Halloween movies are. They give you what you expect out of them. I wasn't too impressed with the new Rob Zombie ones. I think John Carpenter's vision was a lot more desirable.
This one kind of delved back in his origin, didn't it? When he was a kid.
Yeah, a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But that also introduces, I believe, that little girl.
The thing of it is, you can't kill the son of a bitch.
Well,
you can't really kill him.
At least nobody's found a way yet. That doesn't mean you can't kill him.
Okay. I mean, he's been in space, for God's sake.
He's never been beheaded.
Okay. All right. Maybe that would do it, but I imagine he would probably bite you on the ankle.
And well, maybe I might be wrong, because maybe in that new one, that 20th anniversary, I swear Jamie Lee Curtis goes after him with an axe. He might have got his head.
Paddington Bear made his debut in books in 1958. Paddington Bear. I never really.
And he was always gay.
Yeah, I never really got into that. Didn't they eventually?
He was a little gay bear hanging out in the train stations giving blowjobs for drug money, man. I mean,
not any
look
worse
at the story. Look at the story. He was hanging out in scrubby little subways, acting all innocent, and doing horrible things for money because he was a drug addict. Paddington Bear is no hero.
October 12th marked the death of John Denver. He died at age 53 when his experimental aircraft crashed during a test flight.
I was just going to say, do you know why he died?
Yeah.
Because he was flying an experimental aircraft, you stupid son of a fuck.
Born in 1943, he died in 1997.
Do you not understand that the first word in that was experimental aircraft?
Right, exactly. On October 12th, 1984, actor John Eric Hexum fatally shot himself in the head with a gun loaded with blanks while on the set of the CBS series Cover Up.
Oh, yeah, dude. That? If you got it too close to your head, there's still a lot of gas and a lot of burning, like, because they have like a paper wad in there still, you know. Uh, yeah, that shit'll kill you.
Unofficial, unstoppable, undercover, going wherever Americans are in trouble. Well, he was stoppable. He shot himself in the head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see, and that's just if you shoot yourself in the head, you either meant to do it, or you were trying to be some kind of smartass, or you just don't know how to handle a gun properly. Because
Right.
you should never have the barrel of a gun pointed at your face, especially if it's in your own hand.
Yeah, I mean, even if it's got blanks in it, it's not a toy.
It don't matter what's in it. You don't ever point a gun at your own face.
Exactly. Magnificent Seven, one of my favorite movies, westerns of all time, with a whole host of great actors in it. Based on an old Japanese film, of course, Seven Samurai. Magnificent Seven opened in theaters 64 years ago in 1960, starring Yul Brynner.
God, who was that man? Everybody was in that movie. Robert Vaughn, Robert Mitchum, I think, was he in that one?
Steve McQueen, Eli Wallach.
Eli Wallach
Charles
was
Bronson.
in it. They had everybody, dude.
James Coburn.
Yeah, James Coburn. That's who I was just thinking. He was the guy with the knives. Remember?
With the knife, yeah.
Yeah. Because in the remake, they made him like some kind of Indian dude or something.
Mm-hmm. The George Burns and Gracie Allen show made its television debut 74 years ago. Think about that. Television in 1950 on CBS.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I remember watching that with my parents as a little kid. Like,
it's still funny today, and I loved Gracie and her voice and everything.
Oh, she was a sweetheart. She was just super cute.
I've been dropping stuff on, to advertising.
I bet you when she got mad, though, man, she's probably hell on wind.
Advertising. Well, she was the brains behind the Burns and Allen thing. I said, in your face entertainment, and and dropping, some blow ups of the artwork that Doc Blaylock did. In your face entertainment, and then here bystander with his melting face. Yes, I've been dropping.
Talk about having a meltdown. Oh my.
Mm-hmm,
Jim Brown.
Yeah, Ethan. Let's see. Today's a beautiful day to launch a Wraith of Helephant on Indiegogo. So I guess Helephant has launched, huh?
Oh yeah, I'm already back.
Okay. Put the zigzag up there. I said, run, don't walk to fund my comic for the very best in comic storytelling.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Show me.
Oh, okay. I actually put like
I haven't seen it.
Back to back.
You got the little fun. Okay.
Well, it's the one that's going to be made into the magnet.
Gotcha.
By Rob Ewing. Yeah. And I put it on there twice, so it, it's got him like zooming across a couple times.
Cool. I like it.
Yeah, that's going to be a great magnet. I also said, taken from the dialogue of the Devil Flyer, you too can stick to the plan. Back it today on Fund My Comic. Because the mobster there is saying, lucky you two didn't get drilled. Stick to the plan next time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lucky you two didn't get drilled.
Yeah.
I like it.
And Epic is spelled DEVILFLYER. Epic is spelled Devil Flyer. Only on Fund My Comic. With
what?
That was the wording that I put with this image and a sort of a close up of the fragmented bystander.
Oh, nice.
and then also a close up of Bog with his logo.
Yeah, you know what, Rex? I hate to tell you this.
Yes.
Bring that fragmented bystander back up.
Okay. Looks like a heart shot, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a very cool pick, but
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna hate me for this. I know you are. I like it better in black and white.
Okay. I don't know that he ever showed that to me in black and white, but
You showed it to me in black and white. What are you fucking talking about?
I've showed you multiple newer images that he's done, but I don't know
Is
that he
it?
ever really did.
Is this not this? Okay. Is that not the same image that you've been showing me for a while now that's just been colored by Dillard?
No.
Okay. I'm gonna call bullshit.
He's shown me. I mean,
You
I've been showing.
You may not have shown it on stream, but you've shown me that shattered image thing on multiple occasions, Rex.
Now you got me curious to go back and kind of look.
And it was black and white.
Shared it to me in black and white. I
swear it was.
You know, I've been showing images like this of the bystander in black and white, where he's doing various things, and those are all black and white. But now the shattered image,
you know what? Whatever.
I don't know. I really don't remember, because he did that right after. He did that like I guess back in March, maybe. Because
bro, I'm telling you, you've been showing me that image for a while now, and every time I've seen it, it may have been in color once or twice, but almost all the times I saw it before that, it was black and white. You showed it to me right after Dillard sent it to you.
Okay, well, now
it may not have been on stream.
It might have been this image, which was an early sketch without the fragmentation, just to get the pose down. You know?
No. Okay. It's the goddamn fragmented, broken mirror, shattered image, but it's black and white. Okay.
Okay, I'm not saying
maybe I'm hallucinating.
Yeah, I think so. I think you might be thinking of, because I don't think he ever sent it to me in black and white. The closest was that sketch I just showed you. And then the very next thing, he had it done in color. I don't remember it ever being in black and white, actually.
Okay.
Although it would look good in black and white. I do have multiple.
I might be losing my mind, Rex. It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. Well, now I have multiple images done by Dillard in black and white. That's for sure.
Somebody in the chat back me up. Has anybody seen the black and white shattered image that Rex was showing for a while?
There's the ones with his hands up here.
Dude, it's the broken glasses.
Okay. I got you. I'm just showing.
I'm not confused about what image it is.
Yeah. Well, I'm just kind of recapping. Is that okay?
Kind of showing. Okay. Well, I don't know.
This is Shadowhawk right now. Ay. Rex just doesn't get it.
Yes, this is me.
Yeah. That's if you think about it. Okay, Dillard, I want him like pinching his nose. That's not your standard. That's not easy to draw. Not everybody could kind of like get that expression, right? Where he's like, oh, but people do that, right? They're like, oh,
yeah. I mean,
they kind of grab the bridge of their nose. But that's
maybe
something you don't see.
It used to be more. It might have been more of an old school thing, because you don't really like see it in movies too much anymore, you know.
Right.
So it might be one of them gestures that's just kind of gone by the wayside. But I know when I was growing up, you know, I'd see my dad do that, like just like fucking stick his head in his hand, and just Jesus fuck.
Yeah. Grab the bridge of your nose, yeah. Here he is just kind of standing there with his hands in his pockets, so he could be narrating.
Put your hand in my pocket. Grab onto my rocket. Oh, no. Sorry.
Whoa. And who was that?
That's an old Kiss song.
Oh, okay. Good figures. And then him kind of like with his hand out presenting, like I showed you earlier. The next one, let's see what this one is. This
I
one,
swear I've seen that in black and white, right? I don't know, dude. I guess that I could be completely.
I don't know either. Here he is, kind of making a gesture, and this is kind of related to the an image.
Okay, if it doesn't have shattered glass around it and stuff, it's not the one I was talking about.
Yeah, well, you don't mind if I show these, re-show these?
No, I don't mind. You show whatever you want to, but I thought you were trying to find one to say, maybe it was this one you were thinking of. Nope.
Well, if it is, it's not in our correspondence. It's not in our correspondence.
Yeah, again.
He could have sent it to my Gmail, but I don't remember showing it in black and white, again and again and again. But I might have had it in the Gmail. So there he is removing his hat. Such action, such thrilling, fantastic action out of the bystander. And this one I really like, which is the bystander sort of receiving a shock or whatever. I'm just going to leave that one up there wait till Shadowhawk comes back and wants to speak again. Then I'll show him that one. That one's a good one. Yeah, I got most of the things on my list that I wanted to do done today. That's good. I'll be getting together some stuff and taking it to the printer this week to get printed up and scanned and things like that. Paid a couple of artists.
What now? Did you find it?
No, but I wanted you to see this piece.
Oh, whatever. I guess I'm just insane. It's fine.
Well, I mean, I believe me, it would take me hours to search my Gmail to find it, but it wasn't in our personal correspondence in black and white.
I'm talking about like after the show, backstage stuff like that.
Right. Well, I mean, I would have to find it from somewhere, right?
Well, I guess, but I swear you've shown me that image before more than once, and it was not colored. If it was colored, I wouldn't have said something today. I was like, "Oh, that looks nice in color," but I prefer black and white.
Let's see. I'm going to John Dillard.
I don't know. I'm losing my
file right now that I have for him, and I'm not seeing it in black and white anywhere. Dillard art. Let's see. Bystander art. No.
Just my wishful thinking in my mind.
Imagination. Well, I mean, he might, actually have
it. It might actually be just, me wishing.
Yeah, I think he went immediately to color after he got the pose down. We talked about the pose, and I don't think I ever saw a black and white of it. Actually, that would be pretty neat. But I don't recall that ever. But
sit there and gaslight your own fucking co-host. All right.
I'm just saying, I don't remember.
Okay.
It's a bystander floating there, sort of in space from behind.
Wait, go back to that one.
Okay.
No, he was facing the other direction. And there was.
Yeah, exactly.
I swear to God, shattered glass.
Yeah, probably the closest was the one that I just showed, which was him kind of receiving a shock, which I had up there, and I wanted you to see and comment on, which is this one.
That's close.
Yeah.
Maybe that is the one I'm thinking of, because that's very similar to the pose in the shattered glass one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, dude. I could swear I've seen that one uncolored before. All right, whatever. I'm losing my shit.
I really don't remember that one in black and white, although
Dude,
that one looked awesome.
I got early onset fucking Alzheimer's or something going on. I'm not even gonna be able to remember my own name soon. So
Well, okay, I'll come visit you. I promise. And then there's, of course, the one where he's reaching out, like, take my hand if you want to live. That's a great line from the movies. Take my hand if you want to live.
Take my hand if you want to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's a cool pick. I like it better
he's supposed to put like this object above, like a crystal flame, and I just haven't had him do it yet. You know, I was going to have him do some cosmic mojo, and I said, why not make it a sort of a singing crystal or something? You know, that looks like a flame. Cool. Yeah. Right. So he's got to put that in there when we get together.
That's Doc, right?
No, that's John Dillard.
Oh, that's John?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
All these are John Dillard. Although
sorry, Dillard. I thought that was a Doc piece.
No, Doc's done some bystander pieces for me. The one with his face melting was Doc Blaylock.
Well, that's why I thought it might have been a Doc piece, Rex, because I know he's done.
Yeah. He did do several bystanders for me.
He talks to me like I'm new after fucking 800 and some odd shows together.
No, it's just I wake up in a new world every day, I guess.
Oh, you're like that, what is it, 27 Dates movie?
Never
I'm getting that way.
27 Dates movie? If I had 27 dates, I'd be wore out.
It was Adam Sandler and
yeah, that's why I didn't see it.
Drew Barrymore. It was actually a funny movie though. He had this one of them had this disease where every time they go to sleep, they wake up in the morning with amnesia. So they have to record.
Was it Innuendo? Was kind of like that, or something?
I don't know. Anyway, he would have to record.
But now that's a comedy. They did a serious movie with that same thing.
Well, that might have been the Innuendo you're talking about.
Yeah, and that was actually a pretty good movie.
Okay, well, they did the same thing but with a comedy movie, and it was actually pretty funny because it was like, you got to remember to record everything new that happens, or you forget it the next day. So he's like, I think it was Drew Barrymore, and he keeps hitting on her, and she's like, yeah, call me tomorrow, and then he never gets a call. He goes back and finds her again, and she finally remembers after a certain amount of time. It's like 27 dates. She finally remembers to record it. Oh, I gotta call this guy.
Okay, yeah. That sounds vaguely familiar. I don't really watch a lot of Adam Sandler.
I probably got the concept all fucked up after all these years, but it was when Adam Sandler was still pretty funny.
Well, it's kind of like Groundhog Day, right? I mean, after a while, you just you're walking a fine line there of just boring people with the same crap again and again and again.
But they did
Groundhog Day is kind of like that.
Well, this is what I'm saying. They did a nice job of it. They did.
Yeah. Well, on that Innuendo, the guy couldn't remember if he ever did it or not, and I think he wound up doing it and actually being a bad guy. But yeah, I did have memory loss, and it was almost like the Quentin Tarantino thing out of sequence, scenes out of sequence.
You're right. Yeah.
You're always kind of guessing,
And I don't mind those movies if they're clear about when the flashbacks come in, but when they just kind of, roll from current to past, and you got to.
Well, they're trying to be clever and do something. They're trying to be clever and do something new, right?
Jesus, man, I can just make it clear what's going on, because it's like a lot of times that shit throws you way out of it,
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same way. It gets confusing, and you've lost me.
Yeah, now I got to go
Looper.
back and
There was a
rewind it
time
for
travel
5
movie,
minutes.
and it wasn't done that good. Now I can watch some B and C list movies, right? But
Wait, was it
Looper,
Captain Infinity?
I think it was Looper. No, it wasn't Captain Infinity. He would have probably been more entertaining um, than this movie was. But I never finished it. I was like, yeah, I just can't finish this dud. It's
Oh, dude, and I know
it's a
you're
waste of my life and breath to watch this thing.
I know you're pretty well set for the book right now.
Well, I'm still making adjustments. I just added a
Okay,
Jason.
well,
Another,
I saw an advertisement. It was either yesterday or early this morning, on Twitter from Rod Looper.
yeah.
I don't know if you know who Rod Looper is or not.
Yeah, I mentioned Looper the movie, and he thinks Rod Looper. And okay, no, I don't know who Rod Looper
Okay,
is.
he did Black Tiger, Hidden Dragon. He's done some
Oh,
stuff for alternate comics. Yeah. He's open for commissions for covers and possibly interior work. So
okay, yeah,
I don't know what his scale is, bro.
right. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna see. I predicted a while back. You're gonna see a lot of that if it's part of the course like last year. You're gonna see a lot of people say, "Yeah, I'm open for commissions," because they're trying to get some work
Christmas time.
before Christmas, right?
Mhm.
Exactly. So expect it. I expect the same thing this year. And actually, I was proactive. I was watching Kreger last night, and I was like, yeah, I just don't know that one page of Kreger artwork is going to be enough. Let's go for a 2-page spread. So,
Okay, so you
so if I
expanded
can
it
work
to
it out, we'll make it a 2-page spread and use both characters that I gave him, Despair, and I gave him that other sort of Craven the Hunter character that has he's dressed all in black and has the horns,
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
these were kind of badass type characters. Of course, this is kind of a cosmic character, the Despair character, but
Right.
maybe I could have him draw my latest one, man. See,
Yeah.
do the frog guy.
I'm from the Black Lagoon. See, we don't play games there.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, I wanted to give him good. At first I thought Slaver, he could do a badass Slaver, but Slaver's not that big Doctor Doom type character, and I want him to really tackle something that's not been seen before, and challenge. I like to challenge the artist and what they can do. So, and he liked both of the characters that I sent him. I was going to send him a third. I always forget what the third is. I've got to send him reference for a third. Oh, I think it was Smolder. But now I've got to work on a redesign for Smolder. So I was, you'll see Smolder in the next book. You see him at the end of the Devil Flyer story. So he's got to be in the next book.
Yeah.
I thought he would be, Smolder's kind of like a giant kaiju sized demon in hell.
Dude, I'd love to see what Frankie B would do with Smolder.
Yeah. Because up against a little bitty Devil Flyer, there's going to be a scale difference there,
Dude,
because Smolder's big. He's
gonna look like Ant-Man versus the Hulk.
He's going to look like Storm going up against the Sentinel. Yeah. Although not as sexy.
I hope not.
Yeah. But, yeah, I got some stuff in the works, I'll have to rethink now. I may, since I'm really entertaining this horror book, right? Maybe taking the Dirty Joe 2-page hockey story and, not putting it in the book, and then just putting for now, put another page of Kreger and something else. Yeah, move it to another.
Over to the horror book, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like a 2-page introduction, so it could be
Yeah,
told.
yeah. No, I know the whole story.
Yeah.
But I could see that, you know.
But pretty soon we got to get him introduced because he's going to play.
Well, I
He's
know
going
that's the thing. That's why I was kind of,
Yeah.
you know, pushing for you to do it this time. But if it's not
well,
gonna,
I mean, I'm not ruled it out. I just have to look at the page count. Why
dude,
can
I
why can we do
I
it?
don't want you to be mad at me later. I'm just like, for me, I would put him in now in the prequel because he's gonna
I may
become
need to. I may have to
he's gonna
because
become
we
very
got to get
important
him
later.
introduced.
Yeah, he's gonna become very important later. So
Exactly. He's going to have interacting with killer clowns.
yeah, with all kind of characters in your universe. So
yeah. I've got stories of
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to. Dude,
No, I got you.
we should probably be doing this backstage.
Right. Yeah, we don't want to reveal too much. I know it's like, but yeah,
Sorry,
I
guys.
get it. I mean, I would like to see hockey's style in there too, right? I mean, and then that's got the
well,
that kind of Gray Tales does too.
And I think hockey's style kind of lends itself to horror. You know, he's got kind of that.
And this,
like to me, he feels like a. And you're probably gonna take this the wrong way, but like back when I used to like Mike Mignola, when his shit was primitive but cool,
right? Yeah.
Now, like the shit he does it's primitive, but it's like extremely primitive on purpose and fucking weird.
Yeah.
And I don't like his shit he does now, dude. Back in the day,
often that happens with artists, just with George.
Yeah, well, John Byrne, man, John Byrne went through a phase where I hated him, dude.
That was after X-Men.
It was like when he left X-Men, he went over to Dark Horse and he was doing what was that next gen?
Yeah.
And then he started doing like the John Romita Sr. thing where he was drawing them just all like regular people. You know, they just look like typical little kids. Nobody had no muscles. There was no superheroes. It was like, oh fuck, I hate this shit.
Yeah, I get it.
And there were some good stories in there. He wrote.
Are you thinking Romita Sr. or Jr.?
I think it was Senior. He was the one that did Starbrand, right?
No, that was Junior.
That was Junior? Okay. Because that was when
I was thinking it was probably Junior you were talking
because he changed his style. He used to be way more superhero-y, and then he all of a sudden became like illustration from a fucking Good Housekeeping magazine. It was crazy. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Why am I buying this book? Like, why am I buying this book?
Yeah.
And then the Starbrand ended up fucking somehow or another finding its way over to Quasar and turning from black to gold. The exact same fucking brand.
Well, I told you the image that they used for Starbrand. If you look at it, all it is the Eclipse logo from Eclipse Comics
flipped over backwards, right?
Flipped over backwards, and I actually called Jim Shooter out on that when I noticed that. I said, how do you address the allegations? And I was the one making the allegations that the Starbrand is nothing but the Eclipse logo flipped backwards.
But dude, you know what?
Enough questions. Let's go on to somebody else.
Yeah, but new Marvel came out before Eclipse. the stuff that Jim Shooter was doing.
No, it didn't. No, the New Universe came out in the mid '80s, and Eclipse
Yeah.
Comics I know was out in like at least '83 because I was reading Aztec Ace.
What was Jim Shooter doing Eclipse back then? I don't think
I don't
so.
know that Jim Shooter ever worked for Eclipse Comics.
Well, then who were you just talking about accusing of fucking?
Oh, it was Jim Shooter, but now he was doing the Marvel New Universe, Star Brand.
No, he left Marvel.
DP7 and all those. Yeah.
Yes, I've got all of those. I bought all of them because I was a Marvel simp back in the day. I was so in love with Marvel that I was like, holy shit, New Universe! I gotta buy everything. I gotta have a number one.
Yeah, in '85 and '86, or at least in '86, whenever they were talking about, the New Universe, it sounded pretty neat. We're gonna do more true to life stories, like ordinary people type stuff, kind of like Peter Parker,
remember the stupid football team,
right?
And then they had they had to have a girl boss. They had the red-headed girl and her team of
the
nerds.
concepts, though, that the characters were going to be more day to day. Almost without powers.
No,
and yet the books that sold the best was the ones that had powers. Star Brand and DP7.
Star Brand, DP7, and what was that? Was it Night something or another? Nightmare Dream.
Yeah. I mean, that was
what the fuck was that guy's name?
And those were the ones that sold the best. Was the ones that actually showed powers, not like the football team and things like that, or Murph was one of those. Remember, almost like a Punisher without a uniform.
Yeah, they tried to do kind of like but
the concept might have been great, but it's like heroes without costumes. Yeah, we don't want to see that really.
But then they pulled back on the violence too. It's like they should have gone full on Punisher, like hardcore Daredevil. So, fucking if you're gonna do a military, operation working in a city to clean up crime, you might as well make them go hard.
Yeah.
So,
are you working on dinner yet?
No, I have no idea. Mama's got a plan.
Oh, she got a plan. Okay, Taco Bell tonight. Oh, she's got a plan.
You got a plan for dinner, baby? Jesus.
Yeah, we're gonna eat.
All right, well,
plan.
Well, I'm just gonna put some barbecue sauce on your leg.
Try, man.
There you go.
Anyway,
y'all heard her. She said okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure whatever you.
I got her permission to eat one of her legs. So
okay, all right. We'll call her Peg from now on then.
Yeah, we'll just start off from the knee down. We'll work our way up from there.
Cannibalistic, emotional damage.
She's so Spanish and spicy. I can't help it.
I've been watching some more Laredo. I'm not done with that yet. Season 3. They got some good storytelling in there. I always never know who to expect, who's going to show up.
I don't think I ever watched any of those. I remember Silverado. I remember.
Yeah, but that's a movie. This is like an old 60s.
That was a movie. But did you watch? What was that? It was on a few years back. It was it had Timothy Dalton, I think, and it was about like when America was first finding oil on the Texas.
You're thinking Centennial?
No, it's not. It's not a movie. It was a show.
Okay.
It was an ongoing.
Dallas?
No, that's way too far back. This is only like 2010 or something, right before
I'm not a big Timothy Dalton fan. Are you sure it was Timothy Dalton?
I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was Timothy Dalton.
Okay.
But he was playing a Texan dude, and he was doing it really well. It was fucking really good show.
Yeah.
But it was all about like the early, you know, America becoming America, and you know, the
That would
America
be interesting.
war had just ended.
Well, the
And
one
then
I mentioned, Centennial, was kind of like that, you know, and I
Right.
like that. It kind of
Well, the
brought
big
you,
thing, the
kind of
big
like
thing,
Roots, it brought you up through the generations.
the big thing on this one was it was the discovery of oil, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people
You sure it
discovered
wasn't
that.
Beverly Hillbillies with a bad fevered dream? Because he discovered Texas tea oil. Remember? I never saw it. I guarantee you, if I saw Timothy Dalton in Texas Hat, I would remember it. It must have been on some
It
program.
may not have been Timothy Dalton. It may have been somebody else. I can't remember. I was trying to get the fucking story out to you, but you
Okay.
keep interrupting me. So
Okay. Sounds interesting.
it's about early America, early Mexico, when they first discovered oil on the Texas/Mexico border. And everything kind of develops from there because all of a sudden land becomes valuable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a very well written, very compelling story. It's
Sort of
fucking
I guess, like the Rockefeller years, right?
yeah,
Like
and it's got some crazy ass western shootouts going on.
the early sort of oil boom where they're
It's like 1880,
like 1800.
1875, something like that. You know,
Yeah.
not quite the 20th century yet.
I love period stuff like that. I love historical type
Oh,
stuff.
dude, it's a really good series. I lost track of it because
You
when we
sure?
moved.
Okay, it's not going to be like that one with Kevin Costner, is it? Yellowstone?
No, it's not Kevin Costner.
Okay, because I've not seen any of the
And
Yellowstone.
it's not the fucking one that used to be on HBO where every other word was.
There was one called Long something.
There's one. What is it called? Deadwood or some shit like that.
Deadwood was 4 seasons. That's the one with all the cursing in it.
Yeah, that's the one that's just nonstop motherfucker.
Yeah, well, that's just Tombstone in the 1800s. That's not like turn of the century. We're discovering oil on the border and stuff like that. You know?
No. This is like closer to
Do they show early? Well, being that early, they wouldn't show like the early cars and everything unless that was in later.
I think the one dude like. So I think there was a couple of seasons at least.
Remember in Richard Boone that played Paladin in Have Gun Will Travel? He had one of those early cars in the Shootist.
Yeah.
Where you had like not a steering wheel, but a stick.
I can't remember. Hold
steer the car with.
Let's see if Mama can stir my brain. Huh? Do you remember that? What?
Bless you.
Bless you. Do you remember the Western show we used to watch back in the day? I think it was Timothy Dalton or the Remington Steel guy as the dad. And they discover they have oil on their land.
See, I was thinking it might be the Remington Steel Bond guy. Yeah.
You don't remember? We watched that fucking show religiously. Oh my god.
Pierce Brosnan?
It was Pierce Brosnan or the guy, the Remington Steel guy. One of them.
Pierce Brosnan.
Well, who's the other guy? Timothy Dalton. It's either Timothy Dalton or Pierce Brosnan. It's one of those two. And they play the fucking dad of this fucking. They own all this country and they're all friends with all the Mexicans and everything. And then America becomes America, Mexico becomes Mexico, and they discover oil.
I had never seen that.
It's such a
I've
good show. God dang it. I don't know what the name of it. No, not Yellowstone. It's not fucking Yellowstone. Apex, help me out here, brother. God dang.
I think Apex died.
Yeah. He might have had to go.
He was working and he was working and working anyway.
Yeah, he probably got called to go do something.
Yeah. Well, Abby's calling me to either clean her mess up or let her out. So
all right, well let's say goodnight, Gracie, and hopefully by tomorrow I'll remember what this damn show
good
was.
line. Good night, Gracie. Hell yeah. And hello, Miss Calabash.
We love you all.
Ah, cha cha cha. Bow for now.